Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Glad you could make it. Thanks for stopping in, checking out, seeing what we're up to today. Well, as you just saw, I just did a flyover of some products that we recently picked up at our recent trip to Harbor Freight. We don't get down there very often. I might get down there a couple times a year unless there's a special tool I might need for a project or something. I might take a run down. It's about 35, 40-minute drive for me, so try not to get down there too often. As I just said, I kind of make up a list of things that I'm looking to pick up over the course of time, maybe a few months or so. Then I'll make a trip down there and kind of try to gather everything up I need in one trip. Might do that a couple times a year, depends. And this particular trip, I did have a list of items, a few things. And as you just saw on the table here in the paper bag at the thumbnail, and I picked up a few more items than I thought. I had Brenda with me and she ended up picking up a couple items too, but I'm not accusing her of buying anything she didn't need. It's always stuff that we use around here and stuff that we're going to be using down the road. So let's just see what we picked up. I'll go over everything and give you some idea on what the prices were for me and what we paid for this particular shopping trip we just made. All right, I got everything laid out on the table here, the way it matches up on my receipt, so I can kind of conveniently and easily go over everything for you guys. And first thing on the table here, I always pick up a new flag at least once a year. And these are 3x5 American flags, and they are embroidered, which I like. The price on this flag was $4.99, and of course I wish it was made in America. Unfortunately, most of these items, like everything else, is going to be made in China. But as I said, I fly one here in the yard year round, and it usually only lasts about a year before the ends all get tattered up and it needs to be replaced. So I did pick up a new flag, and I have a new one up there I just put, but this one will probably go up next year. The one I put up there for this summer will last the winter typically, and then we'll hang a new one in the spring or the summer. Next item I got here were some cable ties, 350 piece kit or set. And this is an assortment. You can see there's quite an array of different sizes and colors here in this package. And this package of 350 pieces, color assorted cable ties, was $4.99. So I don't know how much that is per cable. I purchased one of these quite a few years ago and pretty much used them all up. We end up with more small ones than we typically need in this kit, but I like the different sizes and colors that come in it. So picked up another one of those, not bad for $5. Magnifying glass, magnifying glass was $2.99. I picked this up primarily because I'm getting old and I can't see as well as I used to. I also, one of the other reasons is because when I'm doing my blade sharpening, I want to be able to get a close-up look of how well it's coming out, and just general, I like being able to see up close. A lot of times issues that you're having are actually smaller than the eye can see, and having a magnifying glass is something really should have around. Next item here is some sanding discs. This is a 5-inch sanding disc, 40 grit, and I think it's a, let's see, how many 15 disc in this pack right here. And this here I got because I was having a hard time to find an aggressive 40 grit. I find all kinds of 60 and up, but I picked this up because it was, like I said, hard to find the 40 grit wherever I went to the big box stores. And $7, not too bad. Give those a try. I don't go through them a lot, but next thing on the list here are these outdoor solar lights. Now these solar lights, I got 2 of them. They're $8.99 a piece. And brought it to $17.98. I like these. We purchased one probably more than a couple of years ago now. Had it out in the yard, and it's been running year round, winter, summer. It's lasted. It's worked well. It's adjustable. I like this one because you can move the lens around, so I can have it in any place in the yard and still have this solar panel pointing south for to keep it charged. And I got to say, I'm pretty happy. The price I don't remember what I paid on the first one I bought these. I want to say they were like $7, so they've only gone up maybe a couple bucks in the last couple of years. But as I said, actually, the other thing too is I actually
took the one that we had in the yard. I took it camping with us. What I like about these is there's an on-off switch. And I say there's an on-off switch. There's a switch on the back, and yeah, it's an on-off switch. And yeah, right there, that turned it on. And I like that because we can use it for camping, and it's free light. So that's not a bad deal. I picked up these. I like these safety glasses. These safety glasses are 98 cents a piece. I think they're on sale. They were, I think, over $1 a piece typically. And I really like these. I got one here on my head. You might see me wearing these all over the place. They're cheap. If they get damaged, I'm not going to cry over it. They're really strong. I've been hit with rocks and metal and stuff, and they've worked really well. So I'm real happy with these safety glasses. And for 98 cents a piece, I have all kinds laying around pretty much everywhere I go. Whoops, and the microphone there. Hopefully, I remember to use them when I should. Here's a couple items that Brenda picked up. She likes these brushes here at Harbor Freight. And those brushes, that brush was $3.99. It's a 1.5-inch angle brush, paintbrush. And she does all the painting, so she really likes this particular brush. She picked herself up another set of pruners, and those were $12.99. Some nice pruners. She also picked up some of these clamps, and these are, let's see, micro spring clamp, $1.89 for 6. Handy to have. I'm not sure what she's going to use those for, if they're for camping or in the house. Next thing I picked up on the list here was these pipe clamps. Now I didn't go in purchase. This is one of those items I was walking around the store. And that's the danger, is I end up walking around and finding things that I think I might want to try or buy. And well, this is something that I've always, I've never owned any of these. And I've come into a couple situations, especially now where I'm doing a little more woodworking, where I could use a longer clamp. And I've always wanted to try these. Now these clamps are $6.99 for this set. I bought 2, and I figured before I go too far, now I was online and reading, a lot of people suggest using the heavier duty ones. I don't know if it's the 3/4 or whatever. And some of the reviews I was reading was saying that these clamps don't hold. And so I thought, well, let's give it a try here. So I took one of them out of the package and put it on this pipe right here and clamped it down just to see what would happen. And I got to say, I did find, after I put enough pressure on it, I didn't find that it held as well as I thought it would. Now, I'm going to use them in the real world and see how they work as far as actually clamping wood and whatever we're going to be clamping with these. But I figured for $7, I bought a couple sets, and I'll get enough use out of them that I won't be too disappointed, unless, of course, they break or something. But we'll put them to use, and we'll see how good they work in the long term. I'm happy to have a set, and hopefully they'll hold out and won't disappoint me. I'll let you know. Next item is this little lantern right here, and this collapsible lantern we like because it's $3.99, and we have one in the camper that we take camping with us. I had to put the camera in the stand so I could use 2 hands. Basically, you just pull this apart and see the light comes right on. And I really like this. It's an adjustable light. It's on off. There's no multi-clicks or switches or anything like that. Just pull on, and you can reduce the light, push it in. Nice handy little light for, as I say, $3.99. All right, next item on the list here is this electronic fly swatter. We have 2 of these, and I love them. We just use them on camping, in the house, pretty much. We have a lot of spiders here in this particular area where we live, in our property, I should say, and nice handy little tool to have. And that thing was only $2.82. So kill a lot of bugs for $2.82. Next item on my list here is the submersible LED trailer light, and had a little incident on the way home from our camping trip recently. As I was driving down the highway, somebody pulled up alongside of me and started giving me some signals as if there was something wrong with my trailer or my truck. So I pulled over, and sure enough, my bracket that I made here for this light had broken off, and this thing was just dragging right there on the ground like that, and well, kind of damaged that light. So we're going to replace it, put this new one on there. The LED lights that are on the trailer now actually did not come on the trailer. I bought the trailer, and then they did an upgrade to the lights and sent me some new LED lights free of charge because I just bought the trailer, and that's what I'm replacing now. So that trailer light, if I said the price on it, I will say it was very reasonable. That's $16.99 for the LED light, and I do like them. They do work well. There's another item Brenda bought, some sandpaper. This is 9x11, 60, 80, 100, and 150 grit. It's a 5-pack, and that costs $6.99. Always need to get sandpaper. I got a pile of it around here. This is another item. I was walking around the store, wandering up the aisle, and spotted this. This is a 12-piece router set, and this is a carbide tip router bit. Now, I know I've been buying Harbor Freight tools for a long time, and I know, there's certain things I stay away from. For example, I purchased some electric tools from them in the years past and never had any luck with them, ended up in the trash. So I don't, as you can see here, I don't know if you'll find any electric tools that I buy from Harbor Freight anymore. But this thing here, it says lifetime carbide router bit set. Now, I haven't checked any online, see if there are any reviews on this kit or not. I'm not expecting a whole lot from it. I'm not the type of carpenter that's going to be doing a whole lot of this type of stuff, but occasionally I do have call for, and I have a router. So I do have call for, and I do have some router bit kits. So this kit was $29.97. So it's a 12-piece kit, and like I said, it says carbide, and I'm not going to be fooled in believing that this kit is going to be something I'm going to hand down to the family line or anything like that. But I did like some of the different cutting bits that are in here. I do have, like, these are pretty common. I didn't have a dovetail. I didn't have a V-groove. And some of these other ones, I like this one right here, this cove bit, also this round over. So there was quite a few different ones I didn't have, and I thought for the price, $29.97, I'll give it a shot. Let you know how that works out. Next item I picked up, again, another item, just walking around, and I was doing some projects recently where it might have been the stairs, I don't own the camper, and I was thinking, boy, I wish I had one of those corner clamps. So I've never used one. I don't own one. I'm interested to see how well this works. The corner clamp was $12.99. Again, another one of those tools. Here's a Pittsburgh lifetime warranty. And I'm not sure if I would ever return this if it ever gave me issues or I didn't like it. It's just one of those things that as I get using it, and I find that if, this is one of those tools like, hey, you know what, this thing's working, I need one of these, and this one here is not working out for me, I'll spend a little bit more money and get a good one if I think that's going to be something I'm going to need long term. This was actually one of the items on my list that I went down to pick up. And this is something that I've been watching because I've been wanting to pick one up since the spring, but by the time I check online to see their inventory, they're either low or none, and they'd say, coming back in stock. But they did have a couple in stock, and I was glad to see, because this is actually one of the items that I originally went down to Harbor Freight to pick up. This is a beam cutter kit, 7 1/4. I've never used one. I've watched a lot of videos. This thing happens to get pretty good reviews. And basically what this does is it mounts onto your skill saw, and it allows you to cut beams up to 12-inch cut depth. Basically like a chainsaw that you put on your skill saw. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work with beams and cutting, and I thought, you know what, I'll make the investment in this. From all the videos and everything I watched, everybody seems to like them and be impressed with them. And again, this is one of those tools, if I used it enough and I broke it, wore it out, and I really liked it, I would definitely go ahead and maybe invest in maybe the same one or a better one, spend a little more money and get maybe a better quality. But we're going to give this one a try. Maybe we'll do a review on it later. This liquid transfer pump, I have one of these here. There's $6.99. And oh, real quick on this Hercules, this was $69.99 on this beam cutter, $69.99. Back to this transfer pump. I have one of these somewhere in the garage here, and I put it to the test with everything from kerosene to engine oil to gas, all kinds of stuff. And I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. It hasn't let me down. So we picked up another one of these. This is $6.99. And I'll be honest with you, this probably won't end up in the garage. I'll probably bring this one in the house. We'll use it maybe for water or some other, I don't know. I just want to keep this one clean. I have one here in the garage that I need if I need for chemicals, oils, and whatnot. Other fluids that I don't want to, I wouldn't want to wash it out and then reuse it inside for something else, for water or something like that. So we'll keep one, not that, we'd use one for drinking water or nothing, but if we need to transfer water from one container to another, or whatever the situation may call for, we definitely want to have it. I liked how the one I have worked, and I don't want to be without one for $6.99. Cable ties, more cable ties. I always need cable ties around the yard here. These cable ties were $1.82 for a pack of 100. These are 11-inch, and we got the black ones here, same package. And again, those are $1.82. Always need good cable ties. And then we also got one. I bought these $2.29. This is a 10-pack of 24-inch cable ties, and I don't use a lot of these in the yard, but it's one of those things when you need one, it's nice to have. And I usually have a few in stock here. I was getting a little low, so picked up another pack. All right. Well, that goes over my list of everything I bought on the table here. And I want to say, see if I can get this right here. I also joined their insider member, is it Insider Track Club? I've joined it in the past. I think it was $44.99 for a 2-year membership, a little bit of a discount over the 1-year membership. Now, once I joined, they were able to, for the $44 or $45, they were able to apply my membership credits to some of the products I purchased. So I was able to save, I think he said around $15. And obviously that didn't cover the cost of the membership, but over the course of the next year or two, when I go down, it'll definitely cover the cost. Like I said, as you see, I don't typically go down at Harbor Freight, and this is why, because I come home with a lot of stuff. All stuff I'm going to use and need eventually, but as I said, I tried not to make too many trips down there, and I'd probably go bankrupt if it was too much closer to me. Anyway, total for this shopping trip came to, let's see, $286.13. That's we got 5.5% sales tax here in Maine, and that came up to $12.57. That pretty much ate all my my discount on the Insider Trader Club membership. But again, going forward, when we do more purchases, I'm sure this will all come out in the wash. So, at any rate, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to kind of give you a quick go over. I thought it'd be interesting to show you kind of stuff that you're dealing with here in the homestead as far as tools and what we use, and some good items, some good deals. And like I said, maybe I'll do a review on a couple of these items over time. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.